Hi, I'm the Scrub, and you're here for one reason. The original Danger Noodle has been summoned by its Sahagin brethren and is preparing to wreak havoc on the shores of Lenosha. Now, this trial, along with Titan, were originally supposed to be boss battles in the original 1.0 game, but were cancelled shortly after the devastating 2011 earthquake and tsunami that hit Japan, and both were delayed until 2.0. Now that that's all in the past, a Leviathan tsunami could sweep all of Limsa out to sea. Gee, wouldn't that be a shame? Time to learn about the Whorleater hard. Simplified. When you pull Leviathan, it will remain stationed at one side of the platform until you get it down below 90%. After this, Leviathan will become untargetable and disappear from view. Next, it will shoot a water spout up near one of the four corners. This is where it will launch itself out of the water and slam itself down onto the barge, causing the entire party to be knocked towards Leviathan. After this, its tail will rise from the opposite side of the platform and become targetable. This is where the off-tank will need to turn on their tank stance and grab the aggro of the tail. This is also where the magic and range DPS need to attack the correct half of Leviathan. The magic DPS can only attack the head, the range DPS can only attack the tail. Tanks and melees can attack whichever one they want. If the magic or range DPS are attacking the wrong end of Leviathan, it will ricochet some damage back to you. If you notice you are taking damage from your own moves, switch to attacking the opposite end of Leviathan. Every now and then there'll be random damage going out, such as raid wides and these small untelegraphed AoEs on random players. Healers just need to keep on the ball. After a while, there'll be adds that will spawn in, normally in pairs. They don't have a lot of health, but if they are left alive too long, they will inflict a single target paralysis and put water puddles onto the floor, so just burst them down. When the Forge Ice Blooms spawn in, you'll need to destroy them as fast as possible, as they will begin sapping power from the converter, which is indicated by this bar. If you take too long and you end up defeating them too slowly before Leviathan goes for his ultimate, you can wipe. You must keep the power for the elemental converter above 30 out of 100 for it to be functionally operational so you can survive the ultimate. After all four of the plumes have been defeated, the elemental converter at the south end of the platform will become available to interact with. When Leviathan becomes untargetable and dives over the platform, it will create medium-sized white AoEs on the ground. If you get hit by any of these, you'll be inflicted with a debuff heavy, which is discernible. More importantly, you will need to interact with the elemental converter in order to put up the shield, making sure it's at least 30 out of 100 when you put it up. If you don't interact with the converter in time or you don't put up the shield, you will wipe. Leviathan will repeat mechanics until it's defeated, although there is one more thing. When add spawning for the second time, there'll be a Wave-Tooth Sahagin that spawns in. You will need to focus him down. If you don't and it gets its cast Dreadstorm off, it will create a dark puddle on the ground, and if you run into that puddle, you'll be hit with Hysteria and you lose control of your character for several seconds. Make sure you use that limit break, and congratulations, you have defeated Leviathan. My name is the Scrub. Thank you for watching.